YouTubes, what is up? I know, it's been since July 4th, I think, since I last uploaded. My bad. I hold my hands up. And surrender. My bad. That's on me. That's on me. Like I said, I was gonna be more consistent every other day, but well, go figure. I think I might just start doing every Sunday if I can do that at least. Every Saturday or Sunday or something. I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see. We will see about that. Usually I just kind of upload when I kind of feel like it, to be honest. Gotta be consistent, though. Gotta really be consistent. Consistency is key. Anyways, before we get on to too much about that, so like, subscribe. Go check out my other projects that I'm a part of. Generation Defenders, Go 10 Black series. I voice Go 10 Black. Go check it out. A lot of other voice actors get time to shine in the past episode or the past chapter. It's really good. Go check it out. I think you'll like it if you like Dragon Ball. Just go check it out. I mean, just go drop a like and subscribe. It would really help. It would really help her out. Help me out too. But like, subscribe here too. All right. But anyways, on a tangent that I said I wasn't gonna go on, but I am gonna go on this one. If you haven't gone to see, I went to go see GD's live stream about their Telltale game, right? The zombie one. In one of the clips, I don't think there's gonna be a clip, but I did suggest that we play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not saying I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I said it would be very cool. Oh, you can hear my stomach grumbling. Ooh, I got the rumbly tummies. I got the rumblies. But anyways, I did suggest that we play Dungeons and Dragons. I think that would be cool. She's definitely thought about it. I think, if I remember correctly, that's what she said. But she does have social anxiety, so obviously, this would be stepping out of her comfort zone a little bit. But I think it would be kind of cool if me, Joe, and GD were to do that, right? It doesn't have to be Dragon Ball based. It doesn't have to be Naruto based, which would be cool either way. Just play D&D, And I mean, don't put her on blast saying that she should do that, right? Make sure to like if you do like the idea, comment down below, and I'll like it, because I think it would be fun. I think it'd be fun if we just did it. Of course, I don't think we have a DM, and I'm just spitballing. Like I said, none of this, everything I've said may not happen. May not happen. Obviously, it might not happen. Most likely. But we'll see. Just don't get your hopes up. But it'd be cool if we could get as our DM, viewer as our DM, because I don't know how to DM. I've never played. I've been wanting to play, but I've never played. It'd be cool if we could get a viewer, right? And they'll submit a video about the campaign they have. That'd be cool. Unless GD or Joe had a friend that DMs quite a bit, right? But I feel like, yeah, you do need to be experienced DM. And patient. Very patient. I think it would be a cool idea. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments. I'll probably make a post about it. Maybe. But anyways, to the video. It's already been 3 minutes. Alright. So today we'll be reacting to the dangerous rise of gentle parenting by Dumanity? Maybe I'm just dumb. But this might ruffle some feathers. I made a video too about soft parenting. I think it was from More Pegasus that I reacted to. I said some things about spanking. I guess we'll get into this one if it does bring it up. But anyways, get into it. Right. Oh, I forgot. I gotta load this thing. I haven't been doing YouTube in a while.
Give me my phone, you idiot!
Okay, but that's the thing though.
Give me my phone, you idiot!
Yeah, I would've got smacked the fuck out of me, dude. My parents would've smacked the shit out of me. You had time to record this. You put your phone down and recorded it. So I don't really believe this too much. Oh my. Yeah, no.
No!
Hands are not for hitting. I don't like that.
I mean, of course, the kids this young, do they know any better? Probably not. But you need to instill that into your kids.
Children are violently attacking their parents. Children are getting addicted to iPads, watching Cocomelon and Skibbity Toilet for hours. Math and reading
Definitely think I need to lower it a little bit more.
scores are declining. What do these all have in common? They're the result of a new and growing trend: gentle parenting. Gentle parenting is exactly what it sounds like: being gentle to your child. Gentle parenting believes it's a war crime to punish a child. Spanking? That's child abuse.
Punishment, like punishment as a war crime. I don't know if that's true because, okay, here's my take on spanking now. I did say that I would spank my kids because I'm biased with spanking because for me it worked. It works for me and my sister, right? But I do now think it's a little outdated now that I'm adulting for a few. Now I've been adulting for like a year or two. Like, of course I don't have kids, but you know, I know people that do have kids. But right, I definitely think that it's a last resort now. I definitely think spanking is outdated and it should be a last resort. Because you can punish your kids quite a bit nowadays. Nowadays, like, kids have technology. Just take technology away from them. Like, I feel like that's just a good enough punishment nowadays. And I mean, like I said, spanking, last resort. Take away their tablets, or don't even give it to them until like they're in middle school or high school. Unless they're like walking home, then yeah.
Yelling at your child? That's child abuse. Doing anything that upsets and angers your child? That's child abuse. What happens if your child is literally assaulting you and hurting you?
No, yeah, like, bro.
You need to sit down and talk.
Bro, like that shit right there.
What happens if
I don't think spanking's child abuse. Like I said earlier, definitely outdated.
your child is literally assaulting you and hurting you?
Dude, that shit right there, best believe if that was back then and I did that shit, I would be dead. I'd be 6 feet in the ground. Best believe, dude. Oh my God, my dad would have beat my ass at Kingdom Come. You already know. Oh. But back then, that's all you really could do. I mean, what the fuck? You know, put someone in the corner, tell them to just read a book. Back then, that's all you fucking did. Back then, technology wasn't that advanced. At most, you had like YouTube. Twitch, I don't think Twitch was a thing back then, until like recently. So it's like you really couldn't even do anything. You really couldn't even punish them that much. You know? It's like, I guess you can make them, I don't know, go chop down a tree or some shit as punishment.
Well, you need to sit down and talk about your feelings. Use logic to explain why hitting people is a big no-no. That's the mindset that gentle parenting advocates for. Gentle parenting was popularized in the 2010s in attempts to get rid of the authoritarian parenting styles that society was so accustomed to. But this trend backfired, creating a generation
Who the fuck are you kicking? I'm sorry. Already 8 minutes in the video. It's only been a minute into the video.
And entitled children. Children can be stubborn, and negotiating with them is hard. Try convincing a child that brain rot is bad for them, and you'll see what I mean. Because children rarely listen to logic and emotional reasoning, gentle parenting often fails.
Yeah, you have to be
Watch how
stern.
gentle parents deal with their children's violence.
You can't slap his head, okay?
Smack that kiwi of a brain.
No, you can't slap his head, okay, Winnie?
Please let me smack the shit out of my baby brother or my baby sister. Please let me smack that kiwi of a fucking head. What the fuck? Okay, there's definitely a time and place where you need to be firm, right? Some kids need it more than others. Kids need structure. Kids need a solid structure, and they can't believe they can just get away with anything. Of course, like, with, like, babies, like, kind of like this, like, she still looks like she's, like, 2 or 3. They really don't know any better.
Do that, Ellie. Please don't do that. Ow! No, gentle hands.
See, like that. Kids like this don't know any better.
It might not seem like much, but these children are learning that they can hurt people without consequences.
Well, it's like with the little kid right there. I don't think I don't think that baby knows any better.
Children are learning that.
Like this kid right here. Like he doesn't know any better. He's too young to know any better. Yeah, like he's just doing it because it's funny. He just like
without consequences. This is dangerous. If children learn that it's okay to hurt their parents,
now these
they begin
kids,
hurting
yeah,
anyone they feel like. This is how.
Now that's fucked up.
Now some will argue that these parents did not use gentle parenting correctly, but come on, give them some slack. Gentle parenting is so confusing and complicated. You should need a PhD if you
No,
want to
yeah.
use this parenting style.
I definitely think like one like there's a family channel that does it pretty well. I think it's Shane and Aaliyah, or Leanna. I mean, I think they do like a mixture of gentle parenting and firm parenting. I don't know what the opposite's called, but I think they do a pretty good job of parenting their kids. They need to do a masterclass on that shit. To be honest, I'd watch that.
In gentle parenting, parents need to become a personalized therapist and counselor for their children. And in this process, a lot of parents are bound to become too loose, leading to bad and undisciplined children. Only parents who are good at understanding children's emotions and behavior should attempt this parenting style, because if done wrong, this parenting style could lead to disaster.
Okay, hold on. I want to read that.
Behavior should attempt this parenting style, because if done.
What is gentle parenting? P. Positivity, discipline, no punishment, no punishment, berating or shaming. I'm like, that doesn't make sense though. Like, what if they break a vase? Like, what if like they come out of nowhere, knock over a little table and break a vase? Like, you're gonna need to punish your kid. You can't just let him get away with that thinking it's just gonna be okay if they just break something. Like, that just makes sense. Awareness. I can't read for shit. A parental actions I can't read, and my computer is about to die. I gotta plug it in real quick. Fuck. Probably should edit this out, but I can't. Shit. Awareness. How our behavior affects our children. You gotta set an example. I mean, if you're kind to someone, monkey see, monkey do. Like I'm saying, cursing, they're gonna pick up cursing pretty fast if you curse a lot. Okay, the needs and emotional, physical of children. What? Responsive, empathy, understanding how children feel and the reason behind their behavior. I don't know, cause like with this, some kids just hit things because it's funny, you know, like for example, for me, I had a truck. I think I don't remember what brand of truck it was. Like, it was a little toy truck. It was a big ass toy truck, to be honest, right? And it was heavy. I dropped that shit on my dad's head, and I ran away laughing. Sometimes you just do shit because it's funny.
Wrong, this parenting style could lead to disaster. And this isn't only about violence. When children learn that they can do whatever they want without any serious consequences, they begin to expect the world to revolve around them. And this is a mindset that's very hard to undo. If anything isn't going their way and they're unhappy about it, they throw a tantrum. This has led to a massive rise in classroom misbehavior in the last few years.
Yeah, not everything's about them.
Here's a kindergarten teacher talking about it.
Gentle parenting is ruining our children. We can't do much.
Oh, I feel horrible for teachers.
Students misbehave when they're yelling, when they're cursing, when they're throwing chairs. They're trying to hit teachers with their jackets. They are stomping on their feet. That is not okay. That is when gentle parenting has not benefited that child.
A nationwide survey found that
I keep pausing, but I'm like, if you're here, you're here for a reaction. Let's keep it so real. But I feel horrible for teachers because it's like they have to be parents. They have to act like parents to these kids when they're here to teach. They're here to teach your kids, not to parent your kids. And I feel horrible for them. And my stomach keeps growling, but you got to deal with it, you know? They have to parent your kids when it's not their job, and they're not paid enough for this shit. Low key, they're not paid enough for this shit. I feel horrible for the teachers. But I definitely think generalizing parenting is stupid. Every kid's different. Every kid's going to need different needs, right? Every kid's going to be different. Your kid's not going to be the same as your neighbor's kid. Like, for example, your neighbor, gentle parenting actually might have worked for their kid, but it turned out horribly for your kid. Every kid's different. Every kid needs different parenting, right? I feel like when they're infants, like in babies, it's pretty straightforward, right? Change their diapers, make sure they're fed, right? Like, it's pretty straightforward. But when they actually start developing a brain, actually start developing cognitive thought, You actually do need to you actually need to parent them like in different ways from other kids. With babies, I feel like it's a little bit straightforward, you know?
68% of teachers experience verbal abuse from their students. Classrooms have turned into real-life Call of Duty lobbies.
Teacher-student brawl. Student attacks after verbal altercation with teachers.
This 14-year-old repeatedly calling his African-American teacher a racial slur.
Like, see, bro, they don't get paid for this shit.
Hurling a basketball at the teacher.
Like, what the fuck?
44% of teachers cite student misbehavior as a top source for job-related stress.
Our society, significant decrease in accountability and consequence. It's not surprising that unfortunately this is spilling over into the behavior of students in school.
It's no wonder why there's massive teacher shortages in countries
Like,
all around the world now. This wasn't as large.
I keep fucking pausing, but I want to fucking speak, obviously. I feel bad for the teachers that teachers that are just starting. Because for teachers that have been in the game, like for example the woman on the news, like the lady in the before this slide, right in the video, she looks old. Like, you know, my bad. Like, rude of me, disrespectful of me, my bad. Right? She looks old. Like she seems like she's been in the game for a while. She's been in the teaching scene for quite a bit. She can retire. She can retire. With new teachers, they can't retire. They retire after 1 year. They're not going to get shit after 1 year. Like, what are they going to do after that? It's like for new teachers, you're screwed.
A problem back in the 2000s as it is now. And misbehavior isn't the only consequence. Children are becoming lazy and slow. Parents simply hand an iPad or an iPhone to their children to shut them up and let the device do the parenting.
God.
Children begin to watch highly stimulating content, with toddlers watching Cocomelon and older children doom-scrolling YouTube shorts and watching brain rot content.
Like, how is this?
And at first, parents see nothing wrong with this.
I guess I'm too old to understand brain rot.
Until they try to get the children to stop.
That's why you have plastic seatings. Who the fuck? Oh, I would have smacked the fuck out of him. I gotta relax. Oh my god. See, at this point, I think the last resort is just to spank the fuck out of him. I don't know. I'm biased when it comes to spanking. It works for me and my sister. I gotta remember, spanking, last resort. Last resort. Last resort. I'm gonna take that iPad away. Who the fuck you screaming at? I'm gonna lock you in that room. I'm gonna lock you in that room and make you clean it up. The fuck? Like, I don't know. Like, what punishments would you give them? Like, at this point, yeah, just take away their tablet. I feel like that's like the best punishment you can do. Take away their fucking tablet. What else are you gonna do? Like, back then, you couldn't do that. You just had to spank your kids because you really couldn't take away their technology because technology really wasn't all that. Nowadays, yeah, you can pretty much do anything with a tablet or a phone. So you can take away and it would be impactful. It's only been 4 minutes into the video. Holy shit. You smacked my hand. I bought that for you.
The measures to limit their child's screen use or monitor their content. If this continues long enough, the child actually becomes addicted to their iPad or iPhone and builds an emotional dependence on it. Without their device, they can't be happy. Many studies have found that excessive screen use can interfere with brain development.
That's crazy, Loki. That's actually crazy.
Cortical thickness and damage to their prefrontal.
Yeah, it's like, nah. When I have kids, I'm only letting them have I'm only having a tablet for like an hour. But that's the thing. That's the thing. I keep pausing. If you don't like that, fuck off. But that's the thing. By the time I have kids in the next 10, 20 years, right, maybe 10, 20 years, 10, 13, 15 years, right, technology is going to be hella good. By the time, like, we're going to have implants in our head, basically, that can bring up information in front of our eyes. Like, what the fuck? We can't take that away at that point. It's in their fucking head. It's in their brain.
Cortex, parietal lobe, temporal lobe, and occipital lobe. In simple terms, the brain is getting f***ed. These brain changes
Become
make
smooth
it
brain,
more difficult
no wrinkles.
for children to identify and regulate their emotions, which could be why children get so angry when their iPads are taken away. And this isn't the child's fault. Children don't know better. It's the
Yeah,
parents'
they don't know better.
responsibility to ensure that the children don't misuse technology. But because gentle parenting strongly
The reason why
advocates
your
for
kid's all messed up because you're a bitch. And you don't want to take away shit from your kids. Stop being a bitch and do it.
punishment, and many parents interpret this as avoiding any action that makes the child upset, many parents become too reluctant to take away screen time. But this isn't just about screen time. The detrimental effects of screen addiction carry on to other aspects of the child's life, and one of these is school.
Yeah.
Children are underperforming at every single grade level. A study investigated math and reading scores of 4th and 8th graders and found that the majority do not meet proficiency. And it makes sense. When children's brains are so fried from spending hours on their screens, that brain damage happens to affect how they perform in school. Along with this, when children spend
God.
years spending all their time playing and using a
That
screen
Pokemon?
rather than doing chores or learning, they grow a lazy mentality that's very difficult to reverse.
Does he still have a
Even
binky?
basic elementary school
Does
academic
he still have a binky? You better snatch that shit out of his mouth. What the fuck? You're not 3. You're not 2. You're not 1. You're like 5. You're like 6. You don't need a binky anymore. You can eat solids. The fuck you still sucking on your thumb for?
academics become too much to handle, as they have zero willpower or discipline. Parents need to understand the dangers of these screens and regulate screen time, even if it angers their children. The rise of gentle parenting has led many parents to allow their children long hours of screen time. And even if this isn't the mindset that gentle parenting is advocating for, it is the mindset that gentle parenting has popularized. So we need to either start warning against the dangers of failed gentle parenting, or stop promoting this parenting style so heavily.
Because it's definitely not working. It's definitely not working.
That arise when parents misunderstand the gentle parenting method and use it incorrectly. But even if done correctly, this parenting style can still lead to disaster. You see, gentle parenting works off the assumption that a child is an emotionally intelligent creature who understands the morality of their actions.
Not
But the
even.
unfortunate reality is
You
that
need
most
to
children
you
are
need
not.
to teach your kids what's right and wrong, and you might actually have like a little physical game. Like if you take something from someone that's wrong, you know, and you go to jail
like this.
or you get
In
shot.
a child's early stages, particularly up to the age of 5, children have a trait known as egocentrism, which is the inability to understand perspectives other than their own.
Oh,
These children
that makes
haven't
sense, though.
developed enough cognitively to understand the
They have no
concept that other people
Yeah, they have no concept of anything that exists besides them or their parents.
perceive situations
just themselves.
differently than they do. For example, when playing hide and seek, a toddler might cover their own eyes, believing that nobody can see them because they aren't able to see anyone else.
Yeah.
Or a toddler might offer their favorite toy to someone else, believing that they would enjoy the toy just as much. But children also have a hard time understanding how their own actions can upset others. A toddler might slap his mom, thinking it's funny. Because the toddler finds it funny, the toddler believes his mom will also find it funny. In this scenario,
Yeah,
gentle
like see
parenting
what I
would
mean? See what I mean? It's what I said earlier. Because he finds it funny. Like the reason why I'm drinking water. You gotta listen to that shit. But yeah, it's like I said earlier, they find it funny.
advocate using logic and emotional reasoning to explain why slapping is bad. But a toddler will have a very difficult time understanding these concepts because these concepts are too complicated and beyond their cognitive capacity.
Yeah.
It's like teaching algebra to a toddler.
Have
Maybe
to
some
teach
toddlers
algebra to
will
an adult
understand
at this
it,
point.
but for most, their brains just aren't ready for it. And you can't force these complex concepts onto a child because they're just going to end up being confused and won't learn anything. But you know what does work? Operant conditioning. Toddlers' brains are too premature to understand concepts. You know what does work?
The fuck is
Operant
that?
conditioning.
Operant conditioning, reinforcement and increased behavior, positive and negative, add, remove, punishment, decrease behavior, positive, add, remove. Okay.
Toddlers' brains are too premature to understand concepts of empathy and morality, but their
Yeah.
brains are capable of association. A toddler can associate a certain action to a certain outcome. For example, a child understands, if I eat this broccoli, mom will give me ice cream. Or, if I slap mom, I will be punished. For most children, this method of parenting will be the most effective. Apparently, this method is considered harmful nowadays, which I personally think is BS. Like adults,
Yeah, no
children have
facts.
different levels of
They need
emotional
structure.
and social intelligence. Some children might learn concepts of empathy and morality very quickly, and gentle parenting will be very effective for these children. On the flip side, some children are especially stubborn and selfish, and disregard the feelings of anyone else. These children can still be raised to become kind and understanding people.
Yeah.
They just need to be specifically raised to understand
Yeah,
that
it's just gonna be a lot harder because they're already like children. Like they're already like 5 years old. You can't like if you start young, they'll probably learn a lot faster about empathy and morality. But if you don't start until like they're 5 or 6, it's gonna be a little bit harder. They're probably not gonna really understand until they get to middle school or to at the end of elementary school, right? It's just gentle parenting just does not work. I mean, because I think we try to stick to too much of a like straightforward path when it comes to parenting, and that's not good because every kid's different. Every kid's gonna be different. It may be kind of straightforward when they're babies, right? Because it's like they don't really have any thoughts in their head, right? Because they're just going from laying down, falling asleep, shitting their pants, changing their diapers, feeding on milk, and that's about it, right? Maybe playing with like a ball or some shit, right? By the time they hit 1 or 2, they're gonna start actually having cognitive thought, right? Or association. They're gonna start associating. They're gonna have to start associating things with their actions or actions of others. Every kid's not the same. You can't stick my stomach again. You can't stick to one formula of parenting. And I have no kids. It's like that one like meme where it's like that one friend giving advice when he's single, giving relationship advice when he's single as fuck. I feel like that's what I am. Every kid's different, but like I said, every kid's different. You have to raise them a little. You can't raise them the same as someone else. You know, different experiences, different outcomes.
their negative actions will lead to negative consequences. If these children are raised with gentle parenting, even if done
They would have got.
correctly, they might still
At that
end up
point, yeah, they'd probably need a spanking,
being violent or narcissistic.
or just I don't know, like what would you do at that point? Like, what would you do? I guess I would make them go find a rock and with that pickaxe and go break it into pieces as a punishment, and she can't come back. She can't come back inside until she's finished. I don't know. She had to go trim a tree or some shit.
And that's what we're seeing happening so often these days.
Damn.
Now here comes the controversial part of the video. I know a lot of you will get triggered by this part. If you disagree with me or want to type
I
any
feel like I've
comments,
already
then
just
go
talked about
ahead.
it.
I actually read most of the comments on every video I post, so I'll probably see what you write. Our society has become soft. Parents are
No,
afraid
yeah.
to be strict towards
Easily,
their
yeah.
children because they believe it might traumatize them. Nowadays, people commonly talk about having PTSD because their parents yelled at them.
Oh, I want to read some of these comments.
Nowadays,
PTSD from
people
yelling?
commonly talk about
Can you get
having
PTSD from yelling?
PTSD.
When I was younger, my mom, PTSD from mother yelling at me a lot. When I was younger, my mom yelled at me a lot, and when she was mad, she would get really loud. I have really sensitive hearing now. Whenever I hear someone yelling or anything, shut the fuck up. You think you have sensitive hearing? I have sensitive hearing. Well, I'm kind of toned. I'm not really sensitive anymore. But motherfucker, I was in band. My ears would be blasted. Like sometimes I'll be in the bleachers and I'll be sitting next to the tubas and my ears would get blasted to Kingdom Come. Sensitive ears, my ass. Sensitive ears, bruh. Get the fuck out of here.
Because their parents.
I wanted to read the rest of that. Yes, my parents and I both experienced PTSD because how legal guardians communicated with us. In my case, every type of communication was my mother
Yelled
was
at
a.
them.
This is a loaded question with many different answers. I'm not a professor, however, damn my stomach. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. I'm eating something after this recording. For me personally, I do have PTSD and several sensitive to many forms of yelling and vocal escalation. You're a bitch. Teddy Weiss or whatever. Teddy Wiss or Wiss. You're a wimp. Little bitch. The fuck? You get like yelling? Are you kidding? The fuck? You never played COD before? You never played you had not played Call of Duty on the PS3 and been called the N-word and been yelled at that you're trash. You have never experienced that then. Little bitch. Log the fuck off.
PTSD. Yeah, try telling that to a soldier or a war
Exactly.
veteran. I'm not advocating for harsh, aggressive parenting.
Exactly. I'm not advocating that you should hit your kids. I'm not saying that you should say that they're dumb or say that, like, tell your kids that they're a failure or anything like that. I'm not advocating for that. I'm saying there are points where you do need to raise your voice. Like when you're telling your kids to stop, hitting the table or putting their feet on the table, right? And you're like, "Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. You're not raising a barn. That's disrespectful. That's dirty." And they keep on doing it. And all of a sudden you hear from the back, you hear from the room, "Hey! Hey! We better stop that shit." Like, and all of a sudden they stop. I'm like, it doesn't fuck my stomach.
Parents should mostly be gentle and try to understand their children. But the harsh truth is, sometimes, no matter how much you negotiate with them, children will only want things to go their way.
Literally.
In cases like this, where gentle parenting does not
Oh my
work,
God,
being strict is the only solution.
Oh my God. You have to be strict.
Stop hitting me with that. Thank you.
Stop!
Sit down,
See?
please.
Go look.
Luca, sit down.
A lot of times, spanking doesn't, like I said, spanking last resort. But oh my God, you break the TV, I'd be tempted to spank you. I'd be tempted. Like I said, I'm biased, because it always worked for me. It worked for me. But that's what I'm saying. Like, raising your voice most likely will work. It will work, because it will literally shock them. You're like, huh. They'll look at you like, huh, huh, huh. What happened? They'll look at you like the world's about to end.
Luca, sit down.
Literally, like, sit your ass down.
That's not nice. You're eating.
Literally what I just said. Put the feet on the table and shit.
Yes, nasty. Put it down. Get your feet off the table. Get them off. Now.
They're like dogs. They're like dogs in this regard. Like dogs, like, you know how dogs don't actually understand what you're saying. I don't know. That can, like, depends, I guess. Like what you believe. But I was always told that it's the tone of voice you have. If your tone of voice is very kind and very soft, your dog thinks you're praising them and you're like, you want to play, right? But if you raise your voice and more aggressive with your tone, they think they're in trouble or they think something bad happened. That's what I was told when I was a kid. It's your tone of voice. It's the tone behind the words. Like you can say, "Oh, who's your bad girl? Who's your bad girl?" Right? And then all of a sudden they're wagging their tail. That's what my dog does. I tested it, and my dog, like, I did that before. Like, I yelled at her, saying, like, "Who's a good girl?" Right? And then she got, like, and, like, she backed, like, it's like she lowered her tail and, like, lowered her head, like, thinking she was in trouble. And then I did the opposite, where I called her a bad girl while also using a soft, comforting tone, and she thought she was being praised. Or my dog's just dumb. Who knows?
Are reluctant to be strict towards their children. We end
But
up
no,
with
she's
children
smart,
who are
though. She's
unafraid
smart.
of their own actions.
I don't know, maybe
Children
not.
who don't believe in authority and believe that they can act in their own self-interests. Along with this, a child who's never been yelled at will become soft. They won't be prepared for when the time eventually
Dude, this scene,
comes
yeah.
when someone does yell at them. They will be in shock, experiencing strong emotions of anger or fear. If a parent doesn't discipline their children, the world will.
No, yeah, they will.
If this trend keeps up, future generations will become emotionally weak, selfish, and sensitive. Of course, frequent punishment for trivial reasons is harmful.
Yeah,
If a child
I
does not
agree.
understand why the parent is punishing them.
Because with my parents, like, I don't want to put them on blast, and I don't want anything to happen. I really don't, like, say anything, but for my parents, every time I did something wrong, I was spanked. Because, like, I would get in trouble, and depending on how bad I got in trouble, I would get, like, it depended on how much spankings I would get. Like, if I got, like, in trouble, like, for something light, I might get, like, a little tap. I might get, like, one spanking or two, and, like, if I did something really bad, then, like, yeah, they would bring out the big guns. They'd be like, oh, yeah, 10 spankings or more than that, right? Or they would say, if you make a sound when I spank you 10 times, you get 10 more, like, that type shit, right? I definitely won't be doing that. I definitely will reserve spanking for like the last resort. If all else fails.
They will be left confused and sad. This can lead to self-esteem and mental health problems later on in the child's life. But if punishment is used only when needed and as a last resort, the child would know exactly why they are being punished, and they will realize that they are doing something wrong. This is very important for the personal and moral development of a child. So what kind of parenting style does our society need? A parenting style with balance. Knowing
Exactly.
when to be gentle, when to set clear boundaries,
Your kid's
and when to
different.
punish.
Exactly.
If parents apply
Dub
different
video.
principles from gentle parenting, such
You
as
have to know-
empathy and emotional connection, and
You have to.
consent,
Your kid's different. You're like, I keep saying that your kid's different. Your kid is not gonna benefit from everything someone else's kid benefited from.
while also implementing strict rules and punishments, children would experience the best of both worlds. Children will be emotionally intelligent and have healthy relationships with their parents, but also have the discipline to succeed in life and understand that their actions have consequences and that they must show respect to other people. Gentle parenting is not for everyone, but you know what is for everyone?
Liking
My
and
videos.
subscribe.
That's right. Anyone
Dub video though. Dub video. Dub video though. I definitely think. I actually really agree what he says. It's all about balance. You can't just do one thing. These kids need structure, like I keep on preaching. You can't just be soft and lucid because they're not gonna benefit from that. Some kids might, and they might be the special cases. But look at our schooling right now. Kids are not doing well. Kids are very not doing well. Gen Z is barely doing well in college, right? Like I know people that only use AI for schooling. Now I'm not saying I don't use AI. I use AI just to help me with grammar and shit because I am horrible at spelling and grammar. But like when it comes to like my actual courses, I use no AI, right? You can hear my stomach. You can hear the fucking grumbles. I got the rumbly tummies. But like, anyways, I'm probably incriminating myself by saying I use AI. I only use AI for grammar check and sentence structure, all right? Because I'm pretty bad at that when it comes to composition, all right? But when I'm in a core class that I need for my degree, I don't use it at all. Let me fucking sign off because I'm my rumbly tummies. Anyways, make sure to go like and subscribe to this video. Dub video. Drop a like on this video. You want to go check it out for yourself? It's going to be a link in the description. Love you guys. Have a good day. And it's probably going to come out on Sunday. Hopefully. Or Saturday. Today. Who knows?